It's opening day for Disney's brand new $5 billion theme park in China, the Shanghai Disney Resort. Joining us live from the park is our own Tom MacKenzie, who's there for the grand opening. So, Tom, I have to say, I've never opened a theme park. Give us a sense of the scene. What have they got planned for today?
David, they had an opening ceremony, then they opened the gates to the park and thousands of people came in. There was rain, but it didn't really subdue people's spirits here. And we've seen crowds flocking to the rides and taking part in the activities here. Disney want to show off the castle behind me. It's the biggest castle they've ever built. They've got their fastest roller coaster. They've got 6 themed lands. And this is all about this big play for the Chinese consumer that the CEO of Walt Disney, Bob Iger, has talked about. Look, he doesn't think they're going to turn a profit this year. They don't think even that they're going to get the per capita income revenue that they get in their other parks. But this is a long-term play to expand the brand in China. And that's what Bob Iger and the Disney team are trying to do here, David.
Yeah, Tom, as you say, this is a really important play for the Walt Disney Company. I know they've been opening the parks up on a trial basis. Do they have any sense of the consumer response to this particular theme park?
It's very interesting, David. They say that 600,000 visitors took part in the 6 weeks of trials that they had here. And outside the gates of the parks, they had 1 million people who came to the Disney town here. That's on the outskirts of the park. The demand is so big that Bob Iger said yesterday that they're already planning to expand it. It's already close to 1,000 acres in size, but it's the demand that's key here. They don't think the spending is going to be as high amongst Chinese consumers as that is in the US, for example, but they think that there are 330 million people who could potentially come to this park within a 3-hour commute, and that's what they want to take advantage of. The prices for the tickets are lower than in other parks, but they've got all the produce, they've got all the food, and they've got all the merchandise. They're hoping that that's going to play a part of this. And of course, they've got this film tie-up with a local business here, a local media producer here. That's going to help grow the brand as well. But this is a long-term play for Walt Disney. They say it's the biggest opportunity since the opening of the park in Florida in the 1970s, David.
Tom, they're not going to be the only game in town. They've got competition for Wanda. They have Six Flags coming in. They've got DreamWorks coming in. Are they concerned at all about other competitors?
So when we spoke to Bob Iger, he said in a word, he's not concerned, but you're right, there is competition, and there's very vocal, strong competition from the Chinese big player that you mentioned there, Dalian Wanda. They've described Disney as a tiger and described themselves as a pack of wolves. They've even said Disney should get off their turf. So they've been very aggressive in their competition, the way they want to take on Disney. As you say, the other US players are hoping to get in here as well. In fact, we're expecting 60 new resorts and parks to be built in China by 2020. But the market they're going for is large as well. The tourism market here is worth $600 billion US. It's expected to double by 2020. We do know that Walt Disney has struggled in places like Hong Kong. It didn't make a profit there last year. Paris has had to be restructured. But Walt Disney think they've got the ingredients to make this one work. They think that with their IP, the strong brands and the characters that are so familiar with people, even here in China, and the quality of the experience, they think they've raised the bar. They think that's going to be a winning formula, along with that large number of visitors and the growing spending power of Chinese consumers, because even though the economy is slowing here, Chinese consumers remain bullish, David.